All right, we're live.
Alrighty.
Hello, everybody. Alderman Carpenter couldn't be here this evening, so I'm gonna substitute for him for the committee of the whole, so we can go through our resolutions and some consent resolutions that we have. Hi, Chief. We have 2 public hearings tonight, Kelly. And 2 public hearings. Good, thank you for that. All right. So first we'll start with the minutes from the last common council meeting. Any concerns? Excellent. Okay, thank you, Stacy, for those. Or actually, Jen did those, right?
What?
Jen did those, council meeting, the minutes?
No, I did them. She's gonna do them for the next
meeting. Okay, and the public hearing as well. We had minutes from that. The next resolution is Alderman Marticello's resolution authorizing the issuances of $1.1 million.
This is for the streetlights, Jimmy.
Yeah, this is for the street. It says, if you look at the bottom, we resolve, we're paying $1.1 million portion of the cost for various streetlight events, including upgrading infrastructure, LED technology.
If everybody remembers, we received a grant, or we are receiving a grant, which we found out about when, 2022? For $1.1 million from
Financial Restructuring Board.
Financial Restructuring Board. And the problem with that $1.1 million is it isn't here yet. We have been on top of it, and it will come in. But what we need to do now is borrow that $1.1 million because all those bills are coming due from NYPA. And when we, have we gotten an update on the 1.1?
The first bill, it should be here within a week or 2.
The first
payment?
The first bill from NYPA.
Right, no, but have we heard, because I know we were talking about the reconstruction board, you had talked with Alicia and Mike Clark, where we stand with that?
I haven't gotten a recent update from Alyssa, but she assured me that the last conversation she had with them, they had to just change some vendor information on the contract.
I think the bottom line is they have everything they need from
I
us
do believe that is the case.
to give us a check for $1.1 million. We just have,
That's what we're hoping.
right.
Yes, that's what we're hoping, yes.
So we hopefully are gonna be very close, but in the meantime, this is how we have to handle this.
And we're making this debt will be callable so that we don't have to, borrow it any longer than necessary. We'll have the ability to pay it back after 6 months.
And we also are, I might as well bring that up, is we're also waiting for another reconstruction board loan for the GIS software, correct? And that was for how much?
Well, it was up to 250, but I believe the final cost was like 237.
Yeah, I believe that's what the number is.
So
they were very slow on that. They did give us the ambulance money. Chief Agresta did a wonderful job getting that money out of them. And they got us the money for the asbestos removal at the clubhouse. That
Those
took a
two,
long.
that was the first, and those people probably don't even work there anymore.
Right. So it's really a maze of trying to get that, but that's what this is all about, Jim.
Any other questions on that? Thank you. The next one, resolution 2526-63, resolution authorizing easement for Chalmers Public Space Boardwalk, also Alderman Marticello.
Being that the Chalmers site land is owned by Ada, and we are building the boardwalk on Ada's property, so we need an easement, which says, an easement basically tells you you have the right to cross over any land owned by Ada onto the boardwalk. And that's what this is.
Excellent.
It's a permission. Any questions? Thank you.
Okay, next one is a big one, 2526-64, authorizing the mayor to execute the Police Superior Officers Association contract sponsored by Alderwoman Collins.
Mayor, would you like?
Yes, this was basically both of these. This is we finally got the memorandums of agreement that they had signed, 2 separate into the contract. So this is a culmination of a process where we are taking, right, Joe? So it's a good step. It's taken us a long time to get to this, but now we have it.
You want to add anything?
No,
just a lot of cooperation with all different people putting together years of paperwork and years of contracts. And this is-
Yeah.
This is a great thing that it's now.
We now have it in one document.
One doc.
You say contracts, we know.
So no significant changes, just compilation
No,
at this
you're right.
point?
It's things we've already agreed to, but had never put into one document. Now that it's in one document, it's crazy. It was crazy
It
trying to.
made it very challenging to negotiate the next
Exactly.
contract without having it all in
Exactly.
one place.
And it took a while.
Okay, resolution 252665, resolution authorizing an increase of stipends for proctoring civil service exams, I believe.
Yes, so I'm gonna be sponsoring this. Alderman Carpenter and I spoke a little bit about this morning. I guess it's been a long time at $70 and it's being increased to $100 to proctor an exam for the civil service exams. It's pretty much how I understand it, so.
Right. And that, it's right, and I had a meeting with Enzo Belli, who is who's in charge of civil service for us now for the city and school district. There is gonna be a big change in the exam structure, the exam, giving exams. Pretty much the only thing that's staying the same is police and fire department are still gonna be required to take an exam, but the state is changing everything else to, more of an interview resume type hiring experience where people do not have to take an exam to get hired for non-competitive positions. It's a whole change in the structure. So the end result is there will be fewer civil service exams given in the future. Beginning January 1st, that new system goes into place. But at the same time, there will still continue to be, I think, more police and fire exams than there ever have been, right?
Correct.
So it's a
Instead of
change.
offering it once a year now, they're offering multiple times a year.
Correct. And the other advantage too is that they're not taking people's names off the list. Once they pass, they stay on the list.
Correct.
Which is a big change for our public safety, and a good change.
Yeah.
So that's that.
But this
Wonderful,
was
thank you.
like a recommendation of the Civil Service
Yes,
Commission, was
came
to
from-
raise it,
yeah,
it won't
everybody-
really have a budget impact because of the,
Again, it's gonna be a minimal increase. There's enough money in the budget to pay for this increase.
mhm. All right, and the last one, resolution approving the audit. All right, thank you. We'll move on to our consent resolutions. We have 3. All right, the first one, 2526-67, resolution authorizing the sale of 41 Finley Street. I'm sponsoring this because it's in my ward. And this, I believe, will have, I don't know if Chief Agresta or if it'll be Louise about this, that basically the prior owner would like to purchase this back off of the foreclosure list for exactly what's owed.
Well, plus the,
And the fees, which is owed, yeah, right. So,
exactly, so, yeah, that's all this is, it just requires common council approval. If anybody, now that we foreclosed on 91 properties, anybody between now and the public auction that requests to, have the property reconveyed to them will require common council approval, and they will be required to pay everything in full, plus all the mandatory fees, and the auction house is now entitled to a percentage because they started working on, selling these properties, so.
right, yeah, so that fee's in there as well as prior registration fees and things like that, so. Good to keep it in somebody's hands.
Yes.
Any other
Questions on that?
I
discussion?
have a question on, so all the fees and taxes, that's fine. Are there any, is the building department notified to see if there's any type of violations that weren't paid?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or,
And there were
I'm sorry,
none.
not paid. She reached out to everyone, I'm trying to find it right now, but she reached out for our feelings on it, with this specific property. And, there was no concerns, and they thought it was actually a good fit, that a lot of work had been done at that property.
We think it's a winning situation for everybody.
Totally.
Great, good to see something like this. Next, 25-26-68, resolution to write off school taxes at golf course.
All right, once again, I'm gonna pass this one over to Ms.
Okay.
Byron.
This is purely a housekeeping item. It was when we took possession of the golf parcels back in '23. It's just to do with the timing of when the school turns the school tax payments over to us. So this is obviously for the portion of the year where it was in our name. It just formally writing off we got credit from the seller for the first part of the year, and this is just the remainder of that fiscal year. We just need to just
Going
formally
forward, there's no
remove them
more
from our books.
Taxes because we own the property.
Right.
Oh, so the previous owner,
Correct.
gotcha.
Right, the sale occurred, the closing was on 10/31.
The
so
executive group, would we want it
previous
back
owner
from
was-
them?
Right, in the
Okay.
settlement statement, it was prorated.
Mhm.
This is the city's share technically.
All right. Any questions? Excellent. The next one, resolution 25-26-69, consent resolution, authorizing a budget modification, transfer of funds for Amsterdam Municipal Golf Course Clubhouse Capital Project. Alderman Marticello.
Now that we're coming near the end, the clubhouse is basically just about finished. And we are now just wrapping up the final cost. The reason why we're borrowing the $650,000, but we're borrowing from ourselves really, we're paying for the fund balance, is because of the extra costs for, as you can say, the redesign and construction of the hood unit, kitchen, including other components. Approximately half of these expenses relating to the purchase were not included, but now we are doing a summary, and when they did the punch list and everything like this, they come up with the final figures. And now this $650,000 will probably take care of most of it. There might be a few change orders coming in at the end, but this will be, along with and the mayor will tell you all the grants that we have. We borrowed the money, we have the grants, and now we're just putting $650,000 in, and this should wrap up all the financing for the brand new clubhouse.
Any questions about?
So we're pulling this out of fund balance, so we're
Fund
not
balance.
bonding it or borrowing it.
Correct.
It's money that we have, so it's not a
Money that we
burden to
have,
the taxpayer.
we have an $11 million fund balance, we're pulling it out of there.
11 million.
And half of this is grant money, right? Or was none of this is grant money?
Not this.
No, this is,
Maybe a question.
what we're trying to do now is make up for the fact that we spent more money than we anticipated spending on the kitchen,
Right.
on the kitchen equipment, and on the engineering costs.
And plus the interior, Mayor.
Right, and all that
the
other stuff,
chairs,
but,
the glasses,
correct,
all
correct.
that, and
But and we are getting, I think we're getting $50,000 less in grants. We expected to get 850, it came down to 800. So all of those changes combined created this $650,000 non-funded excess, which we are now funding. And instead of borrowing it and paying interest on $650,000, we're gonna use the fund balance to do that.
I think, and I personally, I really think that's a good move. We have the money, why would you wanna borrow and pay the interest now with the rates, when we could just pay this right off? And thank you.
So in the end, what was the overall cost?
Well, it's got about if you count everything, Cal, it's about 2.85, am I right?
Thereabouts, yes. We don't have the very last bills
Sure.
yet from the contractors, and there's allowances built in that, we don't know where everything's gonna land, but we've got Mike Clark. We're relying on his numbers, and this is what he's coming up with.
I think originally we had said like 3, right? So were we originally looking at 3 million and we're under that, or?
No, I was hoping to get this done for less than
Okay.
2.8,
Okay.
but we weren't able to do that.
I think
We're
our
at
estimate was,
545, Kelly.
Okay,
I think our estimate was like 2.5.
We have a public
2.5.
hearing at 5:45.
About 2.6 for the building and about 250 thereabouts for the contents and the awning and all the.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I should
That
have
makes
said that.
sense, yeah. Yeah, so we'll go to our first public hearing then.
Public hearing, $50,000 CDBG funds to develop preliminary architectural and engineering design and cost estimates for the Route 5 eastbound removal project.
Is there anyone here who would like to speak in that? If there's not, Dan, you're here. Do you want to talk to the council at all about anything? Is there any questions you have for Dan?
Yeah, I mean, this is, part of our GRI plan was to do the removal for Route 5. This is, obviously, we weren't able to do that with funding provided through the DRI. So we're gonna put some money, we're looking to apply for a grant to do some preliminary design, kind of come up with a plan that we can then put forward to apply for money down the road for the actual Route 5 removal. So this is kind of high level, looking at what we put in that space, what would make the most amount of sense to support the hopeful growth of downtown Amsterdam and merging that into that. The short
Okay,
answer.
thanks, Dan. Any questions for Dan? So we're
Close that public hearing. That puts us finished with all the resolutions, I believe. So then, do we have any, commission reports, any meetings of,
We have a golf commission meeting tomorrow,
okay,
so I can bring an update, but we were having it tonight, but because of the common council meeting, we scheduled it on Wednesday. But, the American tell you, they did have a Hall of Fame dinner up last Friday. It was a complete success. They used the main clubhouse just for drinks and everything. Then they walked down and they ate in the pavilion. It was almost like a dry run out there. We're gonna go. And a lot of people were very satisfied. They had another tournament here last Friday. I can want to quote Joe, but according to the figures for each month have been even over what they estimated that were gonna be. Anywhere like 90,000 a month, almost 100,000 a month and some nights. These are numbers that were coming in, and Mayor appointed Andrew Robertshaw to the Golf Commission, and he is a very fine gentleman with a good mind, and he's helped out a lot at the Golf Commission. He was a good appointee. And they're just wrapping things up at the end now. Golf course, as you can see, is almost at its final stages. We're completing everything. In the last meeting that we had, that I want to make sure we all know, we're probably gonna come in February about the fees, how we're gonna address them. But they did offer last year's rates, and they had a big response to people that joined just on last year's rates. So it's been good. The news has been good. Brightview's been working hard, keeping the golf course up to date, and they aerated it. People are very satisfied. A lot of out-of-town golfers, and the report was that these are things that are going in the positive direction. And they do want to thank the council for having faith in the clubhouse and everything else. So I'm passing that along to you all.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
We dropped those photos off, Mayor, Mike
good.
and I.
good.
We gave them to Megan, so.
Okay. How many are there, Kel?
There's probably about 30.
Oh, nice.
It's a lot.
Are they big, small, or different sizes?
They're all about 8 by 10.
Okay,
Yeah, 5 by 7.
okay, no, it's okay.
Yeah, they're very cool. And I think we could reprint other ones if people wanted them. I think we have the digital file. And then any other commissions that would have met?
Second.
Second
hearing.
All right, let's do our second public hearing.
Public hearing, $1 million CDBG funds to improve and provide handicap accessibility for Riverlink Park.
Anyone here to speak on that? There's not, so we'll close that public hearing.
Could you tell us a little bit about that, Dan?
Sure. What did you say?
Step up. State your name and
It's,
address.
we're really, the elevator has reached the end of its lifetime. So we need a new elevator to ensure that we have handicap accessibility to the park. There's obviously upgrades we need to do to the lighting in there and sound system, along with, the shell that covers the stage and the stage itself could use some upgrades. So we're putting a grant application forward to replace the elevator to ensure that the park remains handicap accessible, to upgrade the lighting and the sound system and to upgrade the stage.
And the boat,
And the boat, yes, and put a,
trying to get that boat cleaned up. Turn
So
it
the
over.
Port Jackson boat?
Yes, yes.
So can we put lighting on the walkway from the True Value build, like the walkway over the train tracks? The lighting over there is kind of.
It's a possibility, yeah, we'll have to see where we stand with.
Is that ours?
There's solar
I'm
lights
sure we pay for it. I don't
there. They
know
have solar lights on.
if we have access to the switch.
On that walkway?
Mhm.
That's
It's at night.
bad. I think I need some
There's
work.
solar lights.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They do?
Yeah. The solar lights on the bridge at night,
Yeah.
they come on.
So, I mean, it's certainly something to look at, yeah. We'll see where we stand with, obviously the elevator is the priority.
Yes.
Reminds me of the joke.
Do we have good odds of getting
I know.
that grant?
Yeah.
The astronaut's gonna go to
We
the
got
sun. How
money.
are you gonna do
Your
that?
voice got
when
high
you
when
go
you
at night?
said
No, we're in good shape.
that. Okay.
We have a few CDBG grants that we're working and spending the money down at right now,
I
so.
think you'll.
Okay. Do we have to close those up before we?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Maybe
But-
get somebody from the.
But it's a great project if we can get,
Sure.
if we can get that going, because, Riverlink is a very popular venue. Now with the boardwalk open, it really does need those sprucing up, that sprucing up, so.
Are we gonna get a bigger elevator, a wider?
No, we're just gonna replace the one we have.
Maybe when they get fixed.
It's going in the same shaft. None of that's gonna change. You'd be looking at half of that thing if you were replacing the whole.
Probably the whole thing, honestly.
Yeah.
Really?
Replace
The whole million?
Oh, give
Yeah,
it
to
to
do
the
the
thing,
whole-
yeah.
To do the whole, I think right now we think it's gonna be about $250,000 or thereabouts to do to replace the elevator. And honestly, it's the wrong elevator to be there anyway, so it'll be good.
Okay.
Yeah. I was in that elevator in September.
Yeah.
I was in the elevator today. It was an interesting ride.
Glad I made it up.
I
The
refuse-
chief
I
would get
refuse to
in.
with you.
Yeah.
Isn't that a ride
I
at
had a
Disney
boring
World?
day, so I figured I'd.
Tony was walking with us and he's like, bye, ladies.
We've got about 7 minutes left to go. Do you want to have Zach, who's here in place of Mike Clark, give us engineer's report, or do you want
Yes.
Alright, the clubhouse project, like was previously stated, it's pretty much done. There's a couple of things like the security cameras and, final touches that need to happen, but they have beer in the cooler, so it's just a matter of time till they can serve it to us. The Market Street stuff, paving is completed. I think tomorrow's the final day of paving for the road program this year. That will wrap it up.
Zach,
Not
can we get a
expecting-
list, can you get a list to the council of the streets that actually got done? Because we are all waiting for, we know we had additional funding and what we were able to do.
Yeah, I can provide that.
Zach, do you know if the little section of Harding over by, Lower Vets got done? It was dug
Oh, yeah.
out in the beginning of the year, but then it didn't get done, and I don't know if they went back and did it then, but here you say tomorrow's the last day. You know what I'm referring
That
to?
parking lot.
The parking lot
Yeah.
by the baseball field?
Yep.
No,
We're
100%
on the
sure.
south side tomorrow.
They're doing the south side.
Can you check on that?
I'll double check. I know they have to come back to do some stuff around the wastewater pump station, so, but that was outside of the, CHIPS money, so.
Yeah, so,
If they didn't do that, we can get them to do that. Crescent Ave Bridge, we had a meeting with DOT. We're still on schedule to close the bridge on Halloween and start the demo, all through November, start the foundation in December. And, no work has started yet, so we can't be behind schedule, which is always good.
That's the one that goes to Pioneer.
Yeah, the far end of the,
They're both Crescent Ave, so.
yeah. The single lane bridge.
Gotcha.
I guess they're both kind of single lane, but. The filters at the plant have, number 4, which is the third one, to be done, is ready to accept media, passed all the testing today. We should be doing media end of this week, early next week. And then we'll be lining up the next one, hopefully sometime in November to demo.
just remind him what each filter costs roughly.
The first round, we had 3 for 850,000. This is the final one of the first round. The one, for for the final four, it was an additional 1.3.
So these are expensive filters, and the ones that we are replacing were supposed to last how long?
The expected life was 20 to 30 years.
And how long did they last?
7.
So it was an unexpected, very expensive thing, but the results have been good, right, Zach? And Jim?
Yeah, we're seeing a 10 to 20% increase on runtime, which means 10 to 20% less wasted water. Well, not really wasted, but, used to clean the filters. And, that's also less chemicals and everything else, less power.
But it was a
So-
very expensive and.
Very expensive,
Yeah.
but we've built a healthier safety factor in, so we don't blow them apart in 7 years again.
Exactly, we expect them to last much longer.
Yes, much, much longer.
Is
We've
it due
been,
to like the overflow into it, or is it the runoff? Was it the runoff issue, or like are people throwing things in the water they shouldn't?
no, so this is for the drinking water.
Yeah,
Okay.
drink-
So it was to do with the pressures and flows, that wasn't regulated as well as it was supposed to.
Okay.
We
And
fixed
that
all
water
those
there.
problems, and the pressure rating on the new ones is double what the old ones were.
Okay.
So we're a lot more confident that we will see the life expectancy out of these ones.
But the council approved us spending that money, and it was money well spent. A great investment in our water system, and hopefully it's, we won't, future councils won't have to deal with this, for another 20 years, we hope.
Ideally. And while we're on water, I know it's been raining, but we still are very low in our reservoirs. I was up there today. There's a few spots there's more land than water, which should be water. I think the one that we really rely on because it recharges quickly after rainstorms, we're at maybe 30% or 25%. It's hard to figure out by visuals capacity currently. The other one, we're down a significant amount as well. So, we still need to try to conserve water where we can. Obviously, we're still under the voluntary conservation. But, just,
What lake are you driving the water out of now? Round Lake?
we're blending them both right now, the Ireland and
Round?
Steels.
Steel?
Round is feeding a little bit in, but that's our backup for if Ireland does get all the way down where it's just a channel again, that's where we'll start pulling out of. That's kind of like the reserve feed into Ireland.
Okay.
And steel,
So you
we're
are
trying
using-
to-
I know the Shermans know exactly what has to do up there.
Yeah, we're trying to balance it, so we're not overtaxing any one of them.
Correct.
But we're, also, we got lucky with the leaves. We could still use Ireland, so we weren't 100% on steel.
Okay,
We're just hoping we see significant rain in periods, not all at one time, before everything freezes up, because once it freezes up and it is snow, and snow 10 feet doesn't help us now.
I'm gonna interrupt you, Zach, so we can go into session. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance, call meeting to order. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
thank you, Zach.
Alderwoman Quist-Demars.
Here.
Alderman Holliday.
Here,
Alderwoman Collins.
Here.
Alderman Carpenter. Alderman Marticello.
Here.
All right. I'd like to make a motion to adopt the agenda with 3 consent resolutions. Any discussion? So moved.
Alderwoman Quist-Demars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
aye.
Alderwoman Collins. Alderman Marticello.
All right,
Before we go further, I do want to also remind the council that Tuesday, our first meeting Tuesday is an election day, and we generally change the date of that meeting so that it isn't on election night. So November 3rd is election day, I believe.
November 4th.
November 4th, so we either go on to, we can change it to the 3rd, but that's something we got to bring up tonight, okay?
usually we have it the day after,
Day after,
So
I
Wednesday,
won't be here.
okay?
I'll be on vacation.
November 5th.
Well, okay, it's gonna be whatever.
Yeah, so Jen will be there for that. Yeah, so we usually do the day after.
Day after.
Can we get a motion?
Okay.
Someone make a motion?
I'll
So
make a
make a
motion
motion.
to move the next meeting to Wednesday, November 5th.
Thank you. Call the roll.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Right,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. We have no proclamations tonight, and we have, any communication, no one wants to speak. Mr. Holliday, I guess, has got his homework to do, so he's not gonna say anything.
He's playing Roblox.
Oh, okay,
Ah.
well, that's even more important. Public participation, there's nobody here to talk, so we're gonna do the clerk's report. Stace?
So the month of September continued to be busy in our office, and everybody has a copy of the report in front of you, so I'm just gonna go over it quickly. Birth certificates, we printed 149 of those in September, which was 96 more than last year. Death certificates were 163, which was 103 more than last year. Dog licenses, we were at 42, which was 5 less than last year. And marriage certificates, we printed 38 of those, which was 26 more than 2024. So for new births, we had 31 new births in September. There were 22 new deaths, 6 new dog licenses, and 22 new marriage licenses. For FOILs processed, we had 65 FOILs that were processed. 9 of those were accident reports. 32 were police incident reports. 21 were property inquiries. 3 were random other items that people wanted. Notary requests, I notarized 24 documents. And then our updates are Jen's computer was replaced due to the Windows operating system compatibility issues. Carla's is being done hopefully tomorrow. Marvin's been working on that. And our new copier and printer has been ordered, and I found out yesterday, it should be arriving on Monday. So hopefully we won't have all streaks and messes all across our documents that we print anymore.
Very good.
That's pretty fast.
All right.
Yes, I was very happy about
It took
that.
me like 6 months to get mine.
Oh,
All right.
Louise, controls report?
Okay. Yeah, last month when I was giving my controllers report, Alderman Marticello asked me for a summary of our fund balances, so I thought it would be helpful, especially in light of the clubhouse consent resolution, to instead of giving you my typical monthly budget summary, to give you a summary of our unaudited, I can't stress that enough, these are unaudited numbers. But I'm working on the annual financial report that's due to the New York State, so I'm very immersed in these numbers right now. So, but I just want to go over it very briefly, just to make sure everyone follows along and understands my format here. So the line across the top in blue, those were our audited year-end fund balances as of June 30th, 2024. The total across all funds is 17 million. And then in the middle section here, these are the results of our operations for the year that ended 6/30/35, basically budget summary. Revenue, positive numbers, expenditures, negative numbers, and then of course the net result. The sewer, there was a timing issue with a pay down of debt. We thought the grant funds would come in the same fiscal year, but they didn't come in until the next year. So that kind of created like an unnatural looking negative result, but it really was a positive result if you just looked at operations alone. So that brings us to, so the net numbers are the amount, the change in each fund for the year, basically the net result of the budget. And we now have the, in yellow, unaudited preliminary fund balances as of June 30th. Okay, the increase from the previous year is that number in pink, 1.195 million overall across all funds. Our total fund balance went up by that amount. It is quite a bit less. I just want to compare that and contrast that to the previous year. We went up, that's the number at the very bottom, 2.4 million across all funds. We're still going up, we're just not going up as quickly because, we are experiencing a lot of cost increases, a lot of repairs, emergency repairs. We're replacing a lot of, much needed equipment. So things are still looking good. So if you have any,
It's a tribute to your council, that these numbers are the way they are. We've been paying very close attention to them. You've been giving us great support. And, we're in sound financial condition. And I want to thank the council for all your efforts to make that possible.
Please, I want to congratulate you. Did a great job. These fund balances are a big reflection of the finances in the city of Hammond. I haven't seen numbers like this, and I can't tell you how long. It's usually everything's like a minus, we borrowed,
Sure.
all right? And everything now, you're not gonna say, well, we're really on our way, but you know what? I know we bonded a lot of stuff, but we also paid back a lot of stuff.
Right.
All right?
yes, absolutely.
Because when you pay back, we defeat the interest rates. So now, congratulations to everybody.
But I think it's also a recognition of the employees of our city who, working their butts off, doing things, that make this possible, and I want to thank them as well.
Having said that, this is still a time of great uncertainty. We don't want to.
No, we're,
Get complacent.
as Louise pointed out, you see the number of the increase in the fund balance was significantly less this year, but it was still an increase, and that's really what we're interested in doing. And we're building up reserve funding now, and we are starting to invest a lot of money in filters, starting to invest in money in snow plows and that we couldn't do before. So again, it's just a really good picture for our city going forward, and I'm really thrilled to be able to present that to you guys tonight.
Look, one last thing I just wanted to mention, I think I already did mention at the last meeting, just a reminder, our public auction goes live November 7th, so spread the word. Collar City should be having all the properties displayed and ready to take bidding applications as of November 7th.
December,
Signs
November,
have been
November
going
7th.
up.
I noticed, the signs are out.
Yeah.
And the-
November 7th.
November 7th, yep.
November 7th starts, the closing date is.
December 2nd. Okay.
All right, Zach, did you have anything you wanted to talk about that you didn't talk about?
I just have two more bullet points on here.
Okay,
The boardwalk project, still on target to be completed by mid-November. At least substantially complete. There may be some touch-up work come spring that, you can't paint when it's 30 degrees out.
did they
so
get the
there might-
railing up yet?
I don't believe so, unless they did it,
I'm afraid to go on
First
there
half of
without
this
a
week,
railing,
but-
I don't know.
They're working on the stairs
Are they,
now,
yeah,
right now. At
okay,
least today, that's what
but the
they're.
railing still isn't up on the walkway,
No.
okay.
And then for the wastewater treatment plant upgrade project, we sat down with Arcadis last week, had about a 4-hour meeting, going over the 90% review plans, kind of ironing out the details. They're going to final review and submission to EFC and DEC for their review. We hope to have that back, by end of November. We can then go to bid as soon as we can after that, assuming there are minimal comments by our state representatives that oversee the project, and then we'll be going to bid. We're anticipating a great project there.
Great, it's a $30 million project, guys, and
It's every penny of 30.1, I
it's a $30
guarantee that.
million project that would not be possible without the infrastructure bill that was passed. And it's gonna completely upgrade our wastewater system and increase our capacity. And it's very exciting. It's gonna be a huge improvement for our city. And there's a lot of work involved.
A lot of work involved. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Zach. That brings us to the resolutions.
Resolution 2526-60, resolution adopting minutes public hearing by Alderwoman Quista Mars.
So moved. Any discussion? And call the roll.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins. Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Resolution 2526-61, resolution adopting minutes from last common council meeting by Alderwoman Quistamars.
So moved. Any discussion? You can call the roll.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins. Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Resolution 2526-62, resolution authorizing the issuance of $1,100,000 additional bonds of the City of Amsterdam, Montgomery County, New York, to pay a portion of the $2,893,266 estimated maximum cost of the various street lighting improvements in and for said city by Alderman Marticello.
So moved. Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Resolution 2526-63, resolution authorizing easement for the Chalmers Public Space Boardwalk by Alderman Marticello.
So moved. Does anyone have any discussion? Thank you so much. Call the roll.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins. Resolution 2526-64, authorizing the mayor to execute the Police Superior Officers Association contract by Alderwoman Collins.
So moved. Any questions? Call the roll.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Resolution 2526-65, resolution authorizing an increase of stipends for proctoring civil service exams by Alderman Holliday. Whereas that with regard to the proctoring of civil service examinations for the state and local exams, the city currently provides a stipend to civil service commissioners proctoring said examinations at rate of $70 per proctor date.
You can
And-
skip to the last whereas, please.
Whereas the common council accordingly being desirous to increase said rate to $100 per proctor date effective for the next pay period. Now therefore be it resolved, the stipend paid to commissioners proctoring civil service examinations is hereby increased to the rate of $100 per proctor date effective immediately.
Thank you. So moved. Any questions? Okay, call the roll, please.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Resolution 2526-66, resolution approving audit by Alderwoman Collins.
So moved. Any questions? Call the roll.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Thank you, Ernie.
Resolution 2526-67, consent. Resolution authorizing the sale of 41 Finley Street by Alderwoman Quistamars. Whereas the City of Amsterdam, having recently foreclosed upon and having been awarded ownership of 41 Finley Street pursuant to Article 11 of the Real Property Tax Laws of the State of New York, and whereas the prior owner having requested to purchase the parcel from the City of Amsterdam for consideration in the amount of $68,180.67, said amount being the total tax deficiency for the parcel due through the date of October 31st, 2025, and with the prior owner paying for all closing costs relating to the closing for said transaction. And whereas the city being amenable to sale of said parcel back to the prior owner pursuant to the instant terms.
So moved. Any discussion? You can call the roll.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Resolution 2526-68, consent. Resolution to write off school taxes at golf course by
So moved. Sorry,
Alderman Holliday.
I jumped you a little bit there. Any questions or comments? Okay, call the roll, please.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Resolution 2526-69, consent. Resolution authorizing budget modification, transfer of funds for Amsterdam Municipal Golf Course Clubhouse Capital Project by Alderman Marticello.
So moved. Question, discussion, call the roll, please.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
I just want to say on the record that I'll speak for myself. I don't like this. I'm sure a lot of people here don't as well. But to not say yes would be a detriment to the clubhouse. So for that reason, I say aye.
Alderwoman Collins.
Trick or treat parade, what date is that?
25th,
Saturday,
25th?
Saturday.
Saturday, 1 o'clock.
Saturday, 1 o'clock. The houses that we have up for auction, the houses that we have for property disposition are receiving a lot of interest. Right, Tony? They're-
The ones that were listed on the city site, yes, as was mentioned, the other ones have the signs on them. That auction will go live on November 7th. Is the council versed in all the changes from previous auctions?
I believe there, we,
There's a lot of things that changed.
they have changed.
If you knew the old process, okay, we'll teach you the new one. If you didn't know the old one, don't bother learning.
Fair enough.
Right, this will be the first time where we do not get to keep the excess funds. We have to send the excess funds to the court where they will stay for 2 years. And should no one claim them, they will come back to us. But it is a big difference. We also, this is the first time we've used an outside counsel, an outside service to help us with the foreclosure. That worked. Also, just quickly, I'll bring up the vegetation program. We had great news about it. I looked at the results. 400 and, Louise, help me, 400, how many properties?
Roughly 485,
485 cuts were made, which is very significant. And when you look at what we paid, go ahead, Louise, tell me.
40, we're holding steady at 49,000 right now, but I do believe there'll be a few hundred more.
Right, a few hundred more dollars.
Few hundred more dollars, yes, sorry.
Cuts.
So,
But it came out to be a very, very, very good program for the city. Plus, we are going to be charging for about $15,000 roughly
Yeah.
to the people whose private lawns we cut as part of that number. So the net's going to be below, it's going to be closer to $35,000 total cost to our city. And we've never cut more, and I can tell you, we've never gotten fewer complaints on overgrown vegetation. So it was a great program. So what I'm going to tell you is, next year, we hope to include that in our budget and make sure we have a line item and everything set up for that. But it was a great, and again, thank you for your approval on that, because that was a big step for our city. That's all I have. Anybody else?
Yeah, sure. If I could make a little announcement. My daughter turned 6 years old today, and today she had her first goal. The Amsterdam Youth Soccer Club had a game tonight. So the birthday girl scored a goal, so.
Good news, man.
You hear that, Ryan?
Was that the 5
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Or-
Oh, I
I
thought
did it, but
She's
a parent
playing
got a
Harvey.
video and they're gonna send it.
Okay.
She's
Yeah.
playing
Very
Harvey's
nice.
team. I bet Harvey was goalie.
Very nice. Okay, that's it. Motion to
Thank
adjourn?
you.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you.
Alderwoman Collins.
Aye.
Alderman Marticello.
Aye.
Alderwoman Quistamars.
Aye.
Alderman Holliday.
Aye.
Good job, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, council. Thank you. Have a good day. Thanks for that.
I'll talk to you tomorrow.